Time slips through our fingers like a river's soft whisper, sometimes rushing, sometimes still, always just beyond reach. Have you ever paused and wondered what time truly is, beyond the ticking clocks and calendars that shape our days? Tonight, let's embark together on a quiet journey through the mystery of time itself. A journey to see it with new eyes, to feel its pulse, and to rest within its gentle flow. Welcome to the thoughtful night, a calm space where wonder unfolds slowly, and science meets the poetry of the stars. If you find yourself drawn to this journey, please subscribe and share where you're watching from in the comments below. I love knowing where this quiet adventure reaches. Whether you're nestled in your bedroom, resting under the open sky, or anywhere between, let this story be your soft guide toward peaceful sleep. Before we begin, imagine time not as a harsh master, but as a gentle dance, woven through the rhythms of the earth, the heartbeat of the cosmos, and the quiet moments inside your mind. Tonight, we'll explore time through many lenses: the steady march of physics, the rhythm of life itself, the whispers of our consciousness, and the vast mysteries of the universe. Time is both deeply familiar and profoundly strange. It carries us forward, yet slips through our grasp. It shapes the seasons and the stars, our memories and dreams. And yet, when we try to pin down what time really is, it seems to dissolve, more a feeling than a thing, more a story than a fact. So, let us begin by stepping gently outside the ticking clock. Let us pause to listen to the flow we feel inside, our own lived experience of time, before venturing further into the cosmic dance. Together, we will wander softly through science and philosophy, nature and consciousness, until time itself becomes a lullaby to carry us into rest. Close your eyes if you like, breathe slowly, and let your mind soften. Tonight, time is not a question to solve, but a mystery to embrace. Welcome to this journey. Welcome to the thoughtful night. Time is something you feel more than see. It moves like a whisper on your skin, invisible yet ever present, sometimes rushing like a river in flood, other times slow and calm, like a gentle stream winding through a quiet forest. In the moments you cherish, time seems to stretch, expanding like the golden light of a long summer evening. In moments of anxiety or waiting, it can drag, heavy and reluctant. This feeling of time, how fast or slow it seems to pass, is deeply personal. Have you noticed how hours can vanish in the blink of an eye when you are lost in something you love, yet stretch endlessly during boredom or pain? This is the flow of time as your mind and heart perceive it. Our sense of time is woven through memory and anticipation. When you look back on a joyful childhood day, it feels rich and full, almost endless in your mind's eye. But in the present moment, that same stretch of time once felt fleeting, slipping away like sand through fingers. Similarly, when you await something eagerly, a message, a reunion, a new dawn, time slows as your mind lingers on what is to come. Imagine time as a great river you float upon. At times, it is smooth and serene, carrying you effortlessly beneath the soft glow of afternoon light. At others, it rushes swiftly and wildly, pulling you through rapids of emotion and change. You do not control this river, but you can learn to move with its current, sensing when to flow and when to rest. Close your eyes for a moment and recall the smell of summer, warm grass beneath your feet, the hum of cicadas in the air, the distant laughter of friends on a long, endless afternoon. These memories are alive because time was felt deeply then. The slow unfolding of light and warmth shaped the feeling of that day, and now it lives inside you, timeless and tender. Or picture a quiet evening, the soft hush after sunset, when the world seems to pause. The gentle fading of light marks the end of a day's story, a soft exhale before the night unfolds. Time here feels spacious, inviting you to rest and simply be. Yet, the present moment, the now, is perhaps the most elusive part of time. Just as you become aware of it, it slips away, becoming a memory, transforming into the past. The now is always moving, never a fixed point. It is a threshold, a thin, shimmering edge between what has been and what is yet to come. This is why time feels both familiar and strange. It is always with us, but never quite within reach. We live inside its current, carried forward endlessly. And still, our experience of time can shift, sometimes heavy and slow, sometimes light and fleeting, always wrapped in emotion and thought. This flow we feel is the first way we know time, intimate and personal, shaped by the rhythms of our minds and hearts. It is a dance of moments, memories, and hopes, all weaving together like threads in a vast, invisible tapestry. But as personal and real as this feeling is, it is only one layer of time. Beyond our experience lies a deeper reality, a structure beneath the flow, a cosmic rhythm that governs everything, from the smallest atom to the furthest star. So, as we gently float on this river of felt time, let us prepare to dive deeper beyond our minds and memories, to discover the very fabric of time itself, a fabric woven through the universe, where time stretches and bends, where seconds can slow and speed, and where the mystery of time becomes ever more profound. But beyond how we feel time, there lies a deeper reality, a structure of the universe itself. If the flow of time we feel is like a river beneath our feet, then physics shows us the deep currents and hidden shapes beneath that riverbed. How time itself is woven into the very fabric of the universe. For centuries, time was thought to be absolute, steady, and universal, a kind of cosmic clock ticking evenly everywhere. This was the world of Isaac Newton, who imagined time as a grand, unchanging river, flowing uniformly and endlessly forward. To Newton, time marched on, independent of all things, a perfect and reliable backdrop against which the drama of the universe unfolded. But in the early 20th century, Albert Einstein came along with a revelation that would forever change how we understand time. He showed that time is not the rigid, steady river Newton imagined, but more like a flexible fabric, woven together with space itself into a single, dynamic entity called space-time. Einstein's theory of relativity teaches us that time can bend and stretch. It is elastic, shaped by speed and gravity. Imagine space-time as a vast, invisible sheet, a fabric stretched taut across the cosmos. Massive objects, like stars and planets, press down on this fabric, creating dips and curves. This is gravity, the way space bends around mass. But time bends here too. Near a massive object, time slows down. If you were to hover close to a black hole, the most extreme of these cosmic wells, your watch would tick more slowly compared to someone far away. This is no trick of the mind, but a real, physical effect. Time itself stretches and warps under gravity's pull. To gently illustrate this, consider the famous twin paradox. Imagine two twins. One stays on Earth, living out a normal life, while the other travels near the speed of light or visits a place close to a black hole. When the traveling twin returns, they have aged less than the twin who stayed behind. Time moved differently for them. What once seemed like a universal constant, time itself, reveals its personal and relative nature. This bending of time, means that time is not a single, unchanging flow shared equally by all. Instead, time is intimate and personal. It moves differently for each observer depending on where they are and how they move. Take a moment now to feel this. You are not just drifting along a single, universal river of time. You are part of a vast cosmic dance where your own flow of time is unique, intertwined with the fabric of space, gravity, and motion. Light, too, races along this fabric, always moving at a fixed speed, the cosmic speed limit. It is the fastest traveler in the universe, yet even for light, time behaves strangely. For a photon of light, time doesn't pass at all. From its perspective, the journey across galaxies happens instantaneously, a reminder that time's passage depends on one's frame of reference. This cosmic weaving of space and time invites a new kind of wonder. How vast, yet intimate, the universe is. How the same time that flows through your body is shaped by the stars and gravity, by the farthest reaches of space and the speed of light. In this view, time is no longer an abstract backdrop, but a living, breathing part of the universe's design. It's a rhythm woven into every particle and wave, every planet and black hole. The universe itself is a dance of space and time, endlessly unfolding in a pattern both mysterious and beautiful. And yet, even as physics reveals these vast and subtle truths about time, we remain beings who live inside time, bodies and minds that feel its flow intimately, not just as distant theory, but as breath, heartbeat, and thought. This realization invites a quiet meditation. We are not separate from the cosmos or time. We are threads woven into its fabric, carrying our own unique rhythms as part of the great cosmic symphony. So, as we feel the vastness of space-time, let us gently bring our attention back to the life that pulses within us, the biological rhythms that mark time not with clocks, but with breath, sleep, and the quiet cycles of nature. Even as physics reveals time's vast mystery, our bodies and minds live inside it intimately. If physics shows us time as the fabric of the universe, then biology reveals time's pulse beating within us, a rhythm both ancient and intimate, guiding the flow of life itself. Our bodies are timekeepers. From the tiniest cells to the whole organism, cycles and clocks mark the passing moments, syncing us to the world around us. One of the most familiar and profound of these is the circadian rhythm, a roughly 24-hour internal clock finely tuned to the cycles of light and darkness on Earth. The morning sun's gentle glow filters through your eyelids, nudging the brain awake, coaxing hormones to rise and fall in harmony. This cycle controls when you feel alert and when sleep calls you back to rest. It is nature's soft whisper, reminding us we are creatures of day and night, woven into the planet's turning. Yet this internal clock is just one rhythm in a vast orchestra. Our bodies follow many cycles: the beat of your heart, the rise and fall of breath, the ebb and flow of hormones, the rhythm of digestion. Each pulse, a tiny marker of time, a moment lived. The seasons, too, are written into our cells. As the earth tilts and turns, light shifts its angle, temperature changes, and life responds. Trees bloom and fall, animals migrate and rest, and even within us, changes ripple, cycles of fertility, growth, and renewal. With time, our cells age. DNA carries the delicate record of years, the marks of sun and shadow, the quiet wear of countless moments. Yet inside this aging body, a paradox. The mind can feel timeless, young or old, sharp or slow. shaped not just by hours but by memories, emotions, and meaning. Consider a childhood summer afternoon. The warmth on your skin, the distant hum of cicadas, the slow passing of shadows beneath tall trees. Time in those moments feels expansive, rich, stretched wide like the sky. Contrast this with a quiet evening now, where time seems to slow, the day's noise fading to a whisper, and each breath becomes a soft anchor in the present. This is the fluid nature of biological time, sometimes swift, sometimes still, always intimately tied to our senses and awareness. Our bodies measure time not with clocks, but with cycles, with rhythms of light, temperature, and internal signals. They remind us that time is not only external, a steady march of seconds, but internal, felt and lived. This internal time is both grounding and mysterious. It teaches us about life's fragility and resilience, about endings and beginnings, about the eternal dance of birth, growth, decay, and renewal. So as you rest now, listen softly to the rhythm within, your heartbeat, your breath, each a quiet echo of the universe's unfolding story. And as biological time flows gently through you, let your mind drift toward the realm of consciousness, where time bends, stretches, and sometimes disappears altogether. Yet time is not only what happens outwardly or physically, it is deeply tied to consciousness. If time pulses through our biology, it also unfolds deeply within our minds, where consciousness dances with its elusive nature. The brain is a master storyteller, weaving moments into memories, stretching seconds into hours, and collapsing hours into fleeting instants. Time, here, becomes a fabric shaped by attention, emotion, and thought, less a steady river, more a flowing mosaic. Have you noticed how moments of joy or fear seem to stretch endlessly? When danger strikes, time dilates. Seconds become eternities as your senses sharpen and your mind focuses with crystal clarity. This slowing down is not an illusion, but the brain's way of gathering information, preparing you to act. Contrast that with times of calm, when hours slip by unnoticed, like leaves floating down a quiet stream. In those moments, time feels to vanish, leaving only the pure experience of now. This experience of time is intimately tied to memory and anticipation. Our sense of time depends on the stories we tell ourselves, what we remember, what we expect to come. When engaged fully in the present, such as in flow states, time seems to dissolve altogether. The past and future fade, and all that remains is the quiet, soft pulse of pure awareness. Meditation offers a gentle path into this timeless space. By focusing attention on the breath, on sensations, or simply on presence itself, the mind learns to rest in the now. Time no longer races or drags. It simply is. The present moment, often elusive, becomes a calm harbor, a balm for a restless mind caught in worries or regrets. It is here, in this softly glowing now, that we touch the deeper mystery of time, neither fully fixed nor endlessly fleeting. Through this dance of consciousness, time takes on a new shape, layered, elastic, and deeply personal. Memories build our sense of past, hopes sketch the future, and the present moment bridges the two, a slender thread weaving experience into meaning. Yet this dance also reveals time's greatest paradox. It is both real and illusory, both constant and ever-changing. The mind, while living inside time, has the power to stretch or compress it, to slow it down or speed it up, and even to step outside its usual flow. In this way, time becomes not only a measure but a mystery, a rhythm that can be felt, shaped, and embraced. As your mind rests here now, gently aware, you begin to see that time is more than clocks or physics or biology. It is the dance of awareness itself, flowing and shifting like light on water. And from this personal, inner time, let us now widen our gaze to the great questions that have puzzled thinkers for centuries, the philosophical reflections on time, where science meets wonder and mystery lingers like a soft twilight. From the mind, let's now widen our view to the philosophical wonder of time itself. As we step beyond the rhythms of the body and the patterns of the mind, we arrive at a place where science softens into wonder and questions about time become timeless themselves. Philosophers have long pondered, what is time really? Is it a concrete thing that flows endlessly, or is it something more subtle, perhaps even an illusion woven by the mind? One of the oldest ideas is that time flows like a river, moving steadily from past to future, carrying us forward on its endless current. This idea resonates deeply because it matches our lived experience, the sense that moments slip away, never to return. Yet some philosophers have proposed that this flow may be only a surface impression, a way we organize events in our consciousness. They wonder, what if all moments, past, present, and future, exist together, like pages of a book laid out in their entirety? This idea is known as eternalism. It suggests that the past is not gone, the future not yet arrived. Instead, all moments coexist in a vast, timeless landscape. From this perspective, time's flow is an illusion created by our limited viewpoint, like watching a movie one frame at a time while the entire film already exists. Eternalism invites us to imagine time as a vast tapestry, each thread a moment, woven together in a pattern that stretches beyond our usual sense of beginning or end. In contrast, presentism holds that only the present moment is real. The past is memory, the future a possibility yet to unfold. For presentists, time is a fleeting spark, the now, constantly emerging and vanishing like a wave upon the shore. Both views hold a strange beauty, eternalism with its infinite canvas, and presentism with its intimate immediacy. They reflect the paradox at the heart of time. It flows and stands still. It is both fixed and fluid. Philosophers also explore the connection between time and causality, the chain of cause and effect that shapes everything we know. Usually, we think causes must come before effects, creating a forward-moving arrow of time. But what if this arrow bends or loops? Could effects precede causes? Quantum physics and some interpretations of relativity invite such puzzling possibilities, challenging our everyday sense of time's order. This interplay of causality and time deepens the mystery. Time is not just a backdrop for events. It is woven into the very structure of cause and consequence, meaning and change. And yet, in poetry and philosophy alike, time is often described as a paradox, a force that moves us forward while holding us in place, a stream that never stops flowing yet is composed of countless, fleeting instants. The poets sees time as both cruel and kind, a constant companion that carries joy and sorrow, growth and decay. In these reflections, there is an invitation to accept time's mystery without needing to unravel it fully, to rest in wonder, letting questions float softly without the need for firm answers. For in embracing the unknown, we find a kind of peace, a soft acceptance of time's dance, its beauty, and its enigmas. As you listen to this, feel the gentle presence of time around you, neither enemy nor friend, but the very fabric of your experience. And now, As our thoughts dwell in this philosophical twilight, the cosmos calls us back to consider the birth and possible end of time itself. For time, like the universe, may have a beginning and an end, vast and silent, like a breath held in the dark. And yet, the cosmos has another secret. Time itself may have a beginning and an end. Out in the vastness beyond our daily experience lies the cosmos, a realm where time stretches, twists, and sometimes seems to vanish altogether. From here, we glimpse the grandest story of time, its possible birth at the beginning of everything, and the silent mystery of its eventual end. Imagine the universe as a vast stage, and time as the script on which every scene is written. This script, as far as we know, began with a breath, the Big Bang. The Big Bang marks the birth of space and time itself. Before it, science suggests, there was no before. No ticking clock, no flowing river, just a boundless, timeless silence. At that very moment, roughly 13.8 billion years ago, time began its journey, unfurling like the first notes of a cosmic symphony. Yet time here is not the steady, absolute clock of our everyday life. It is intertwined with space, shaped by gravity and energy, and constantly unfolding in ways that defy simple understanding. One of the most profound insights about cosmic time is the arrow of time. The idea that time moves in one direction, from past to future, marked by increasing disorder or entropy. Entropy is the universe's quiet rule. Over time, order gives way to chaos, structured patterns dissolve, and energy spreads out. This slow unraveling is why we see ice melting, stars aging, and memories fading, all part of time's arrow pointing forward. Yet this arrow is fragile, delicate. It depends on the initial order that arose at the Big Bang, the universe's first spark of organization. As entropy increases, the cosmos marches toward what scientists call the heat death, a state where all energy is evenly spread, stars burn out, and time itself may lose meaning. The heat death is not a sudden event, but a slow, gentle fading, the quiet dimming of the universe's light, like a candle's flame flickering into darkness. But the cosmos may hold other secrets about time's fate. Some cosmological theories suggest time might be cyclical, endless cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, like the seasons turning again and again. Others propose a multiverse, where countless universes with their own unique flows of time coexist, some stretching far beyond our imagination, others looping or folding back on themselves. In these visions, time becomes a mystery wrapped in mystery, a vast ocean with many hidden currents. Amid this cosmic silence, we find a deep reflection on impermanence. Just as stars are born and fade, so do moments arise and vanish within our lives. This awareness invites a quiet peace, a recognition that all things, big and small, dance within time's embrace. In the stillness of space, where light takes millions of years to travel, time stretches and bends in ways both beautiful and strange. And yet, here on Earth, in the rhythm of day and night, time pulses with a gentler beat, the familiar dance of light and shadow reminding us we are part of this great unfolding. As you settle deeper into this thought, feel the vastness of time cradling you, a slow and steady presence as ancient as the stars. And now, as we return to Earth's gentle rhythms, we will explore how time sings in nature, in cycles of life, seasons, and the quiet passing of days. Back to Earth, the day and night cycle remind us that time is also a dance of light and shadow. As we come back from the vast cosmos, our feet touch the soil, and we enter a world where time reveals itself in rhythms both subtle and profound, the cycles and seasons of nature. Look around you, and you will see time written in the steady turning of the earth, the dance of shadows, and the endless rhythm of light and dark, day and night, the most intimate markers of time in our lives. The sun's gentle arc across the sky guides the waking and sleeping of every creature, reminding us that time is not only measured but also felt deeply through light and shadow. In the morning, dew glistens on leaves. The air is fresh and filled with possibility. Evening brings a hush, a soft dimming where the world slows down and prepares to rest. This daily cycle is a gentle heartbeat of the planet itself, a steady pulse that connects us to the ancient dance of time. But time in nature flows beyond a single day. It stretches across months, years, and lifetimes, written most clearly in the changing seasons. The cycle of seasons, spring's renewal, summer's warmth, autumn's golden fading, winter's quiet rest, is time made visible. Each season tells a story of growth and rest, abundance and letting go. Trees bloom and leaf, animals migrate and hibernate, rivers swell and calm, all tuned to this timeless pattern. Seasons remind us that time is not just a line but a circle, a recurring loop of transformation and return. Think of a seed buried in the cold earth, patiently waiting through winter's sleep. When spring arrives, it bursts forth, growing toward the sun, reaching for the sky. The seed's journey mirrors our own rhythms of becoming, times of stillness and times of flourishing. Nature's cycles also teach us about patience and trust, that change happens in its own time, beyond rushing or resisting. Tides, too, are nature's clock. The moon's quiet pull draws the oceans in and out, a rhythmic breathing of the planet. Each tide is a reminder that time carries both movement and pause, the ebb and flow of existence itself. Animals and plants sense these cycles deeply. Birds navigate vast distances following celestial cues. Flowers bloom at precise moments, and many creatures time their lives by the length of days and the pull of the moon. The Earth itself is a living clock, its rotation and orbit shaping the rhythms of life. These natural cycles offer us a way to sync our own time, to live not against the current, but in harmony with the planet's unfolding. When we align with nature's rhythms, our inner time softens, and we find a gentle peace. Imagine yourself walking through a forest, sunlight filtering through leaves, the soft rustle of wind carrying the scent of earth and growth. Each moment here feels spacious, unhurried, a living meditation on time's gentle flow. Nature's cycles also hold a lesson about impermanence. Leaves fall, flowers fade, and new life arises, a constant, beautiful change. This dance of birth, death, and renewal echoes our own lives, inviting us to embrace time's passage with grace and acceptance. There is a quiet wisdom in these rhythms, a deep connection between all living things and the cycles that govern them. As you breathe in this moment, feel yourself part of this vast, timeless dance, a note in the symphony of seasons. Nature teaches us that time is not just measured by clocks or calendars, but by growth, rest, and transformation. In the soft unfolding of life's seasons, we find a mirror for our own inner time, the waxing and waning of energy, the rhythms of joy and sorrow, effort and ease. This understanding offers a tender invitation to live with awareness of the natural flow, to find calm in the cycles rather than resistance. And as the sun sets and night arrives, we are reminded once more that time carries us through darkness and light, rest and awakening. With this gentle awareness, we move toward the final chapter, exploring how to live peacefully within time's vast embrace, finding presence and peace in each moment. Finally, what does it mean for us, here and now, to live within this vast, unfolding time? Here, at the edge of our journey through time's many faces, we arrive where the cosmic and the earthly meet, inside ourselves. What does it truly mean to live in time? For many of us, time can feel like a burden, a relentless ticking clock, a pressure that pushes us forward, racing toward deadlines, future plans, and an unknown tomorrow. Anxiety about time slipping away, regrets from moments past, worries about what might come. These weigh heavily on the human heart. Yet, paradoxically, time is also a place of refuge and healing. If we learn to live gently within time, embracing it as it flows rather than resisting its passage, we find a quiet peace, a stillness beneath the rush. This is the art of presence, the practice of meeting each moment as it is, without judgment, without grasping or pushing. Mindfulness, a simple but profound practice, invites us to soften time's sharp edges. When we anchor ourselves in the present, time ceases to be a foe and becomes a gentle companion. Breathing deeply, feeling the body, noticing sounds and sensations. These small acts open a door to a timeless space inside us. Here, time unfolds differently. The mind's usual chatter slows, the racing heart eases, and a calm awareness arises. In this calm, time feels expansive, not limited. The past and future soften into the background, and only the now remains, vivid and alive. This moment, fleeting as it is, holds infinite richness. Even the elusive now that slips away as soon as we grasp it reveals its true nature. It is both a point and a river, a place where time flows and yet is always here. To live in time with presence is to accept impermanence, the gentle truth that all things change, that every moment will pass. Rather than resisting this, we soften into it, allowing time to wash over and through us like a gentle tide. This acceptance brings freedom. When we stop clinging to the past or fearing the future, we open ourselves to the fullness of life, its joys, sorrows, and mysteries. Like leaves floating on a stream, we can rest in the current without fighting it. The wisdom of impermanence teaches us to appreciate the preciousness of each breath, each heartbeat, each glance of sunlight. There is a beauty in this fleetingness, a reminder to live with gratitude and awareness. And as we practice presence, we begin to notice the subtle layers of time within us. We sense our own rhythms, the rising and falling of energy, the tides of emotion, the cycles of sleep and wakefulness. Listening to these rhythms, we find a natural balance, a way to move through life that honors our inner time. This harmony between outer and inner time brings peace, a deep, abiding calm even amidst change. In this space, time is no longer a source of stress but a path to wisdom. We learn that rushing is often a resistance to life's flow, and slowing down is a gentle act of self-care. Presence becomes a lullaby, a soft song that quiets the mind and invites rest. As night deepens and the world grows still, we find ourselves cradled in time's embrace, safe, held, connected. Imagine yourself lying quietly under a vast sky, stars blinking softly above, the air cool and still. With each breath, feel time as a gentle wave, carrying you peacefully toward rest. Let go of the need to control or understand time fully. Instead, simply be with it. Allow the flow of moments to soothe your mind and body, like a slow river carrying you home. In this way, time becomes a friend, a lullaby whispered in the dark, a rhythm that rocks you gently to sleep. As you drift, remember this. Time is both vast and intimate, cosmic and personal, a great mystery and a simple truth. It is the river on which we float, the dance in which we move, the quiet presence that holds us. Rest now, held in time's soft arms. Let go. Breathe. Sleep. As you rest, may the wonder of time gently cradle you, carrying you through dreams and back again, ready to greet a new day. And now, as our journey through time comes to a close, let us pause for a moment, together, in quiet reflection. We have wandered through the many layers of time, the river of experience that flows within us, the vast fabric of the universe where time bends and stretches, the delicate rhythms that pulse in every living cell, the intricate dance of consciousness that shapes how we perceive moments, the deep philosophical mysteries that invite us to wonder, the cosmic story of beginnings and endings, the cycles written across nature's endless canvas, and finally, the gentle art of living fully in time's embrace. Each of these paths reveals something essential about time, not as a rigid ruler to measure life, but as a living, breathing presence in which all things exist. Time is a mystery that invites us to lean in with curiosity and awe, a mystery that is both vast and intimately close, a mystery we carry inside us in every heartbeat and every breath. In these quiet moments, we begin to understand that time is not just something out there, marked by clocks and calendars, but something deeply woven into the fabric of our being. It is the silent rhythm behind our thoughts, the gentle pulse beneath our emotions, the endless horizon toward which we sail. And yet, time is also paradoxical. It slips through our fingers like water, and yet it shapes every second of our existence. It is both a river that carries us forward, and a stillness that holds us gently in place. This paradox invites a kind of surrender, not defeat, but a wise letting go. To live well with time is to dance lightly with its flow, to open ourselves to each moment without clinging or resisting. It is to find balance between remembering and forgetting, between planning and being, between movement and rest. In this balance, we find freedom. We find a way to live not in fear of time's passing, but in celebration of its gift. Each moment becomes precious, each breath a chance to start anew, each day an unfolding story waiting to be told. And in the quiet spaces between moments, there is peace, a gentle knowing that all things are connected by this invisible thread we call time. So, as you rest now, let this thought settle softly in your heart. You are part of time's great story, a story that stretches beyond stars and galaxies, yet is as close as your own breath. You are time, flowing, changing, eternal. Thank you for sharing this hour with me, for walking through time's many wonders, for opening your heart to the mystery and magic of what it means to live in this moment. If this journey touched you, I invite you to stay connected with the Thoughtful Night. Please subscribe to the channel so we can explore more mysteries of science, nature, and wonder together. And I would love to hear from you. Where are you watching from? What did time feel like to you during this story? Feel free to leave a comment below and share your thoughts or questions. Your presence here is part of this unfolding story. And together, we create a community of curious minds and gentle hearts, learning to live thoughtfully and peacefully in time's embrace. Until we meet again, may your nights be calm, your dreams sweet, and your mornings filled with the quiet joy of a new beginning. Sleep well, dear friend. Sleep well.